on the Control of Vehicles Off-Road Areas Amendment Bill. So just a bit about my hometown, Manjimup. It's probably the off-road capital in WA, if not the world. Like 83% of the Shire is still forest, and that can only be beaten by probably Nannup, the adjoining Shire, that's still 87% of the bush, of the Shire is bush. So basically give you a little bit about my childhood history, and I grew up on a farm right next to State Forest and had the pleasure of always using off-road vehicles, as in motorbikes. You'd get them, you'd fix them up as kids, and off you go out in the bush, and you'd take your trout rod and you'd go and have some fun in the rivers and the creeks. And I assure the police minister that I had all the appropriate licences and permits that I could get at the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, the portal wasn't working back in those days either. But, you know, so it was really good. But to just, you know, give everyone a bit of history about Manjimup. Manjimup, 15,000 is probably the biggest dirt bike event in Australia. It's held in June, long weekend, and if anyone can get down there, it's a really exciting track. The track is probably one of the best in the world. So obviously from a town that had a history of forest workers and people that worked in agriculture, one of the activities was always, you know, off-road vehicles. So basically in 2015, the Manjimup Shire put $15,000 towards a feasibility study of a Manjimup trail bike hub concept. And in 2021, that concept come to life with a $980,000 contribution grant from Regional Recovery Partnerships Program for the implementation of stage 1 and 2 and 3. So to give you a bit of a context around what the trail bike hub is it's basically making use of what we've got in our region, in the fact that there's plenty of access tracks out in the forested areas where there's no longer any logging activities. There's some great scenic tourist roads. So they've basically worked really hard, the Manjimup Trail Bike Hub people, about developing tracks. And those tracks can be a loop, so you end up back where you started. They can be 2-day events to go through. They're working very closely with DBCA about access in the forest. And it's just all about creating some really good, safe, accessible tracks where if something goes wrong, people know where they are, that the hub that they've built in Manjimup, all the motorbike riders that come down are encouraged to register. Then they have the safety that if they have a breakdown, people know where they're going, where they're being, and they're really developing some really exciting tracks and activities. So this here is going to contribute basically around, the projection is 33,000 visitors to Manjimup, and will inject about $12.8 million annually once this is all basically up and running. They've got a lot of work to do to finish the stages and the tracks, but they've got Shire support, they've got community support, and I suppose this probably just ties in extremely well with the fact that, you know, the off-road licensing and how that's going to work, because I think it's just being able to give that area where people can go out, enjoy themselves, so it's really exciting. So you know, everyone here is trying to do the right thing, licensing people, give them somewhere to ride, and it'll be really good to see, and I support whether we go down the road of stickers or whether we have the hard number plates. I'll support either, whatever's decided. So very keen just to see this all implemented, and commend this bill to the House, and yeah, it's one of the good incentives going forward. So thank you.
Thank you. Member for Warren Blackwood.